What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. This is Linda Tay coming to you today with another video. This video is going to be Bohemian Bob locks, distressed Bohemian Bob locks, butterfly Bob locks, whatever you want to call them. These are burgundy with lightened red tips. So I'm going to show you guys how I do them. I also did the diamond parts this time. So cute. So beautiful. Yes, if you guys want a parting video, I do have that coming next, so you guys can see how to do the diamond parts on your client. So guys, first things first, the link to the hair is going to be in the description box below. The color I got is burgundy, but like I said, the tips are red. So you want to be conscious whenever you're getting hair that has lightened tips, because the way you wrap is going to be a little different. You're going to be more conscious of leaving the tips on the ends instead of throughout the hair. So I used 2 pieces of this curly hair for every lock. I didn't add any extensions to her hair, just braided her hair, box braided her hair, and then I crocheted 2 pieces of the curly hair onto her head. So I made sure that it was even on the sides, on both sides, it was even. And then so like I said, it's two pieces on the left side, then 2 pieces on the right side after you crochet. What you're going to do is you're going to move one of the pieces over to the side, so that way you have 3 pieces in one hand and 1 piece in another hand. And then you're going to wrap with that 1 piece. I highly recommend you guys wrapping with 1 piece, because wrapping with 2 pieces is it's more of a bulkier lock and it's easier for it to unravel. So yeah, so all you do is basically just start wrapping. I start from under and then I go over. I do it counterclockwise, so I go in the opposite direction of where the clock goes. And yeah, so I like to stick my thumb in between a few times, especially when I want the super distressed look, which is what look I'm going for today. A lot of people call them the butterfly locks. They are honestly the same thing. It's the same type of concept. But I like to stick my thumb in it, and sticking your thumb inside the lock just kind of interrupts the lock and it makes it bubble. When it bubbles, it makes it look like butterfly wings, and that's why people call it the butterfly locks. So the more you do that, the more distressed you have to look. And then on top of that, you would get the frizz, because you are stopping the lock and you are, creating the frizz by stopping the process of the lock wrapping. So yeah, so just take into consideration all of that. So as I'm wrapping that lock, I'm going all the way down to the point where I want to stop. When I reach where I want to stop, I start to wrap back up. After I do that, I like to seal with nail glue. It doesn't matter. Just get the nail glue that you can drop, like a drip drop. Do not get a nail glue where you have the brush on, because it's going to get stuck to the hair and it's going to create a whole mess. Okay. So once I keep going to the place where I want to stop, you're going to have some hair still on the right side and you're going to have some leftover hair wrapping. Now, if you had longer locks like mid back and lower back, you're probably going to run out of hair, but that's just another type of tutorial for another day. But with the bobs, you're going to have extra hair left over. So like I said, when you reach the end to the point where you want to stop, just compare it to whatever locks around you and decide how long you want that lock to be. Once you decide how long you want that lock to be, you're going to wrap back up. Like I said, then you're going to seal with the nail glue and then you're going to palm roll it. Okay, so or just kind of press in that spot so that way the lock can stay. Okay, once you're done with that, okay, so you're going to be left with a pretty bulky piece. I don't like to use all of that hair to kind of manipulate. I like to cut that hair in half, because to me it's too bulky. So as you guys can see, that's what I'm snipping. I'm snipping the extra hair that I don't want around off. And then I'm going to proceed to wrap that hair that is left over that I did not snip off, wrap that back up. Now, this is something you should be conscious of. So her tips are red, and I want to make sure that all her tips kind of red are stay red, because as you guys can see, I have leftover hair and it's pretty long, and I actually have the burgundy spots left. It's not necessarily at the end where the red is, if you guys get what I'm saying. If I was just to wrap regular all the way up to the top and never come back down, there will end up being red pieces in the middle of the lock instead of the red pieces at the end of the lock. So be cautious of that when you have ends that are lighter. If you're wrapping up and you're finishing the lock out, make sure you come back and wrap back down, so that way that lighter color can stay at the end of the lock, so you can get that highlighted look and it looks ombre. Get what I'm saying? I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. This is when you have those lighter ends, when you have those ombre color hair. Let's say I want blonde, but I want the black roots. I will get hair that has the black roots and blonde, but this is not track hair. This is free tress, and this is curly hair, and this is crochet hair. So they will have, pieces where they have the light pieces on the on one of the ends and the other light piece on the other end. So you have to be cautious when it comes to wrapping, especially if you want it to have that uniform look. Now, if you want the colors to be mixed up throughout, it doesn't matter. But if you want the light part to stay on the end, make sure you, after you're done, when you're wrapping up, make sure you're wrapping back down to make sure that color stays on the end. After I did that, I'm just going to seal that with glue and palm roll it, and then you're on to the next. Now, if you want that super bubbly look, you can get snip a piece of the curly hair, and then you can just crochet that on and just wrap that down on that same lock, and then that's going to create way more bubbles, and just seal it with the nail glue. It all just depends on how you want to do it, okay? So yes, so here's another lock. I'm just doing the same concept, but you guys can see I am putting my thumb in a lot because I want it to have a distressed look. Now I wrap on the roots about 2 to 3 times. This is secure on the roots, and then I just start wrapping down. And this is the same concept, you guys. You guys can see right here, that's the red piece. Okay, so I end up running out of hair pretty quick on that lock, so the red piece end up showing. I'm not going to just keep wrapping until the red piece is over because, like I said, I want to keep that red at the bottom and not at the beginning or the middle of the lock. So I'm just going to just switch to whatever hair I have left, and use that burgundy section just to keep wrapping. I don't want to add no red. I don't want to let the red show quite yet. So I'm going to hide that red under a lock and just under the lock and just use the new curly hair that's still burgundy on the ends. Well, burgundy on the roots and in the middle of the hair. I really hope I'm explaining it well. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep on wrapping. And then, like I said, as I'm getting to the end, the red piece is starting to show. And I'm just going to kind of focus that more on the end and just kind of wrap up a little bit, wrap down a little bit, just to keep that red on the end. Now, if it was still burgundy and I wasn't close to the end of wrapping yet, then I would just kind of wrap all the way up. And then when I start getting back towards that red color, I will start wrapping back down to keep that red concentrated on the ends, okay? And like I said, and then after you do that, you want to secure the lock, and then you want to create more distressedness. You're just going to cut a snippet thin piece of the curly hair and then crochet it on the root and just loosely wrap that. And then that's going to create those extra bubbles and those extra texture, okay? Woo! That's a lot of talking. But yes, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I like to just slow it down and show you guys what I'm doing the first couple minutes, and then after that, like, speed it up, because I honestly I'm a type of braider and a type of person where when I'm looking at videos, I do like detailed videos, and I do like you showing me, very slowed down versions. But I do kind of like to see how people finish that whole section. You get what I'm saying? Because it just kind of gives me a concept of how long it may take, or gives me a concept of how you're going to do the other locks, etc., etc. So sometimes I do like for, videos to be short and sweet and then very detailed to a specific part. But I do tend to like when people like finish out the hair and let me see like the whole head in fast version or something. I don't know. I like when videos have a mix of those. If you guys like the same thing, comment below. So I'm trying to incorporate both of those together, like the fast version, so you guys can see a lot of the style, and then a slow version so you guys can see how to do it in real time. I used about 6 packs, 6.5 packs. Like I said, the hair details will be in the description box below. She had about 48 locks, and yeah. If you do notice, I'm going to give you guys a tip. If you do notice that the locks may be stiff, that you do the locks and they're stiff, all you have to do is apply a little bit of steam, or like dip the locks in hot water, not steaming hot, but hot water, and that'll kind of seal the locks together, and that'll make them more like, looser. like less stiff. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't want to saturate it too much, but if you put some steam to it, like maybe like a hot towel, or you know, you just kind of get some water to hit it, it won't be so stiff if your locks are stiff. Now, these locks shouldn't be stiff, but if they are, I'm just giving you guys a little tip. So all hope is not lost if you finish the style and you feel like the style is stiff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Yeah, so I hope you guys learned something. Subscribe if you did not already subscribe. Comment below, share this video, like it. It definitely helps my channel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys, love y'all. Bye. Mwah.